What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Ryan Murphy checking in, 5 a.m. thoughts. I want to get started by acknowledging the anniversary of September 11th. I saw a headline this morning talking about that it was 5,844 days ago that the hijacked airplanes essentially got crashed into the trade centers and Pentagon, and then also the down plane in the field in Pennsylvania. So I remember I was in 7th grade, and I, at the time, just remember getting home from school, being out in the neighborhood, and having my parents tell me that, oh, well, flights are grounded and there's no planes in the air. And I remember looking up at the sky and going, I kind of take it for granted, but planes are always in the air, so it's weird not seeing anything there. But nearly 3,000 people lost their lives that day, and another 6,000 were injured. So it's just something where it's like you look back and go, wow, what a day. Everybody that was alive will have the images of the towers and of the devastation in their brain and their mind for forever. And I remember also what a patriotic feeling it was and how united everybody got after that attack. And I just remember people focusing more on what we had in common versus what we had that wasn't in common, and we could probably benefit from doing more of that. But anyway, so I just wanted to start with that, and that brings me to a point of how do you talk to yourself? I think that perspective is everything, and this is something that I struggle with on a daily basis, creating better perspective. And let's get specific on, do I have to, or do I get to? So just talk about, and this goes along with how do you talk to yourself, because at the end of the day, the way that you talk to yourself, your brain's like a muscle. So if you train it a specific way, if you go into the gym and you train with terrible technique and you don't pay any attention to if the movement's quality or not, well, what are you going to get out of it? You're going to get out of it probably an injury and or a body that's misshapen because you've been performing reps with poor posture, lack of attention to detail. So it's the same thing with your self-talk, because you're going to have feelings and you're going to have thoughts. And the way that our brains work is we associate words with emotions. So, for instance, if somebody calls you beautiful, well, that's typically a positive emotion. If somebody calls you annoying, that's typically another emotion. But watch how you talk to yourself, because on September 11th, I'll never forget, one of my neighbors was slated to be on one of the flights that ended up being hijacked and taken down. And I forget the specific reason, but she ended up getting on that plane. I think it was maybe she got sick, or she was supposed to be traveling for business. But think about that perspective, and it was like a powerful thing for her and for everybody around her, because I remember we all felt like, wow, let's talk about like fate or destiny or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, literally think about it. It's Monday. How many people are getting out of bed today whining and feeling sorry for themselves that they have to go, I have to go to work, I have to do this, I have to do that. And look, again, I'm guilty of it. But change the way you talk to yourself. I get to go to my job that puts food on the table for my family. I get to go to the gym to work out, and I have a healthy body. Because at one time, I couldn't even use my right leg. Couldn't even walk up and down the stairs. And I promised myself I'd never forget. So that next time I was in the gym, even if on the worst day I was in the gym, as long as I could walk around, I'd be happy, I'd be content. But guess what happens? We lose perspective. We get caught in the day-to-day grind, and we stop seeing things as opportunities and instead as obligations. So I want you to really stand guard at the door of your mind and ask yourself, how do you talk to yourself? And is that self-talk conducive to you continuing to grow and evolve and improve? Or is that self-talk going to be something that limits you and holds you back? I'd say for the majority, the way that most people talk to themselves, it's not propelling you forward. It's actually keeping you down, keeping you from pursuing and ultimately achieving the goals and the dreams that you have when you're quietly thinking. So I hope that was impactful. If you guys have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear your feedback. Really appreciate those are the people that tune in, that check this out, that give me feedback. I do it for you guys. I do it because there was a motivation. Motivation was a part of every day of how my life has changed for the better, and I still use it as fuel. So I need this as much as you, and I appreciate you taking part in it. Have a great day.